Good morning, everyone. How you doing? My name is Curtis Sykes. I'm the area manager for Lincoln Heritage. And today I would like to talk to you about what final expense insurance, also known as funeral or burial insurance. And what is final expense insurance? You know, that's a common name, also known as burial insurance or funeral insurance. So it all goes hand in hand. Final expense insurance is really helpful for the loved ones to pay for their departed family members' memorial service, the urn, either the cremation or funeral arrangements. So that comes with the final expense insurance. All that's together. So when someone talks about final expense insurance, you're like, huh? It's burial insurance or it's funeral insurance. So don't get them confused. It's all the same. If the money is left over from the final expense insurance or burial, because I'm going to stay on one, I'll just stay with burial insurance. If the money from the burial insurance is left over, then the loved ones can use that to pay for medical bills, credit card bills, or any other type of expenses that the departed one has left behind. So because burial insurance, that's what it's mainly used for, to take care of funeral arrangements. And then after the funeral arrangements are taken care of, what other bills the beneficiary will definitely take care of it. Like I said, medical bills, credit card bills, etc. Okay? Now also legal bills too, if any occur. So that's really good, you know, because the purpose of a burial insurance is to take care of funeral arrangements only, pretty much. And it differs from traditional insurance, because traditional insurance, you use that as an income replacement, because the policies are large. The policies run in the hundreds of thousands, whereas burial insurance, it runs between $5,000 to $25,000. That's all you really need to take care of funeral arrangements. So. And you can have two policies. You can have one burial insurance policy to take care of, like I said, the arrangements. And the other policy, the large policy, the whole life, traditional, you can use that as income replacement, because you're going to need, once the loved one dies, there's one income in the household. So you definitely need an income replacement. So a traditional whole life policy would take care of that. Also, funeral insurance is they're like I said, the benefits are really small. You know, it runs from $5,000 to $25,000, some even up to $35,000. But it depends on the arrangements that you want. So, you know, because you can do a $20,000 policy, and if the funeral arrangements only cost maybe 15 or less, or maybe 15, 16, like I said, whatever's left over, the family will definitely use that to take care of expenses. Moving right along here. Now, life insurance policies are, like I said, are meant to cover a wide range of needs. The beneficiary can definitely use the money to take care of that. Now, policies, they're usually offered in increments of $5,000 to $25,000. Also, another thing to consider is with a burial policy, there's no need for a medical exam. That's really huge, because a lot of people don't really like to do the medical exams. You know, they just want to answer a few health questions, which when you apply for a burial policy, you just answer certain health questions, maybe 10, 12 health questions. That's pretty much the range. And like I said, there's no medical exams, no blood tests, no urine samples, no swabs, none of that with a burial policy. Whereas a traditional whole life policy, insurance policy, you would have to go through all that. You have to do the blood samples or the urine samples. Then you have to have your medical history. Yes, they want to know everything about you when you apply for a traditional life insurance policy. In burial insurance policies, they're our whole life, so don't don't worry about that. They're whole life policies, which is really good because you don't have to worry about the rates increasing on you. The rates stay the same for the life of the policy as long as you pay your premiums. So that's a good thing about that. Whereas term, of course, you're renting insurance policy. That's why I call it term, because either 10 years or 15 years, whichever term you've chosen, it will definitely expire at the end of that term. And of course, you would have to renew, and the rates would be higher. And so, but we'll talk about that at another time. Right now, we're just going to focus on understanding burial insurance, because a lot of people don't understand burial insurance. So it's a good thing to know about it and the ins and outs of it. So that way you'll be more comfortable about it, and you would love to go get some burial insurance. You won't be scared to do that. All right. So what we have here now. What else I want to tell you about burial insurance is that another reason why people consider burial insurance most of the time over traditional insurance is most people, like I said, they get covered with pre-existing conditions, and that's huge because a lot of people have pre-existing conditions, and they figure, well, I can't get this coverage, it costs too much, because of my condition. Burial insurance the premiums are slightly higher for some conditions, but like I said before, it's a lot less than the traditional whole life insurance policy, because you only answer health questions. You don't have to answer you don't have to do the blood test, the urine, and the sample test. That's really huge. So think about it. Think real hard about that. All right. So yes. Now, burial insurance, of course, is definitely the way to go. It's you can I should say you should think about getting some burial insurance, and that way, because you don't want to leave your loved ones with that burden. That's not really good to do. To leave someone with that burden, because you're going to have bills, you're going to have things that you need to take care of. If the loved one passed, if the other income in the household passes. So you should really think about that, and because it specifically takes care of funeral arrangements. That's what it's made for, and it's very reasonable priced. So, and the younger you are, of course, the less it is. So that's something to think about. A lot of people, they wait till the last minute, when they're in the hospital or when they're sick or when they have a pre-existing condition, then they want to run out and grab some insurance. That's not the way to do it. Get it while you're healthy, because it will cost you less when you're healthy. Okay, and that's really huge. Think about that. And also we have a family support service that will help you through the process, and they will help you arrange your services. Down from the headstone, the flower arrangement, the limo arrangement, the church services, whatever you have in mind. We'll be able to help you with that. It's a division that we have. It's called the Family Support Service Division, and they will review all the funeral homes in the United States for you at no charge. So if there's a certain funeral home, either here in California, or whatever city you're living in, you just call the 800 number, and they will review that funeral home for you, because they're here to help you save over $1,800 per service. And that's huge. And that money goes right back into your pockets, because a lot of funeral homes, excuse me, they're out to, when you go in there, you're not yourself, So they start just tacking on this, tacking on that for stuff that you necessarily don't need. And so that's where the funeral support service come in. they'll break it down. They'll tell you exactly you don't need this. This is not necessary. So because you don't want to take your policy in there and all really distressed, or you're thinking about your loved one that just passed, so you're not really thinking about taking care of the service. So that's why it's important to get someone to help you there. And I will help you there from point A to point B, from the start to the end. So I'm there for you. So that's really good when you have a support service to really help you in that area. And also, we're definitely looking to help you save money. So think about that as well. You don't want to overspend. You really don't want to do that. Okay, so that's something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. So for now, that would do it for final expense insurance, which is also known as burial insurance or funeral insurance. So they're all the same. Don't get them confused. They're all the same. So please join me for my next video, and which we'll talk about pre-need. We'll definitely see what pre-need's about, and you will know what pre-need is. And I would like you to share this video with your family and friends, okay? Until next week, my name's Curtis Sykes. My number is 650-776-8570. Call me if you have questions or if you need a quote. Go to my website, funeralaladvantageagent.com/Curtis-Sykes/. And I would like to say, it's better to have it than not need it, than to need it and not have it. God bless.